Hey loves, hey, it's your girl Shay Cunningham, also known as Slay by Shay. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, you should know that this is where the busy professional and seasoned mature woman come to sip the tea. Yes, transform, elevate, and attract. Now, if you're the chick who is like, you know what, Shay, I want to walk into the room and shift the whole atmosphere, then this video is for you. We're going to be talking all about discovering your signature style. Not only how to, but why to, okay? So if you're interested in learning my 5 practical tips to discovering your unique style, then stay tuned. Okay, so now let's dig into this thing. The first thing I want to talk about is what is a signature style? Well, number one, a signature style is that look that when you walk into the room, it speaks volumes before you even open your mouth. It is your visual voice. I always say that style is your visual voice, and it really is your signature style that is your visual voice. People judge us in the first 5 to 7 seconds of meeting us. And some of us may be like, oh my gosh, that is not fair. Okay, I may be having a bad day, bad hair day, bad mood day, bad whatever day, right? But nobody really cares. I'm just saying, nobody really cares about the kind of day that you're having. When they come into contact with you in the first 5 to 7 seconds, they're sizing you up. They're sizing you up on so many levels, you probably would be surprised. Or maybe you wouldn't be surprised because guess what? You do it too. We all do it, right? It's just a natural human nature thing. Your signature style is exactly what you want people to feel and experience when they come into contact with you. And once you are really good at leaning into and honing into your signature style, believe me, your confidence goes through the roof. So that actually brings me to the next point, which is being visible. The whole point of us wanting to own our brand and own our presence is because we have people to see and things to do to move forward and level up in our lives. And so if we're not visible and we're hiding behind whatever, insecurities, things that people have told us that, you know, we can't own the room or own a situation or be in a high stakes scenario and shine in it. I mean, all of those things are just things that hold us back. What you really need to think about is who are you showing up for? And what I would encourage you to consider is you first. Number one person you should show up for is you. If you show up for you first, then you can never get that wrong. I always tell my community and clients, you can't get you wrong. How beautiful is that? God created us the way that He did, and we're all beautiful in our own way. And so if you are focused on showing up for you first, you can never get that wrong because you're satisfied. And when you're satisfied and when you're happy and when you're pleased, then you show up in the best positive way. You're not checking for, you know, how you're looking. You're not squirming around. You're not hiding. You're not shrinking in the room. When you know that you may have something really legit to say, something powerful to share with people, you feel confident enough to do it and do it with ease and quite effortlessly. So that's what I would say first is show up for you. The second thing I would say is it's bigger than you. So once you know that showing up for yourself is important, please know that it is always bigger than you, especially if you are an ambitious professional or just an ambitious person and you seek out bigger and better things, leveling up into new spaces and places. You know that you have to show up to make an impact. So let's talk about that, making an impact. In order to make an impact, you have to be present. There are people waiting on you. If you have a skill or a talent or experience or a craft or a gift that other people are out there craving for, and that only you can deliver it the way you deliver it, and you're hiding, then guess what? They're never going to experience that. And I know that's a heavy burden. I get it, but we're all created to be here to use our gifts and talents to impact others. So those are the two things I want you to focus on before we get into these 5 practical tips for you to zone in hard on your unique style. It is show up for you first, and it's bigger than just you. Woo, child, that was a big gulp of tea. Now we're gonna get into the 5 practical steps for you to identify your unique style. Number 1, dial into your personality. You want to really focus on the traits and attributes that come natural to you, that are unique and distinctive about you, that you can learn how to express on the outside. It comes from deep down, so you don't have to search too far. You can even ask people who are really close to you, like say, hey, you know, if you were to identify my style, what would you say? Or if you were to identify my personality, what would you say? And a lot of times, those words that come up will give you some direction as to what words you need to use for describing and identifying your signature style. When you think of your personality, I want you to think about personality traits. So it could be that you're very detail oriented, or maybe you're very outgoing or vibrant personality. Maybe you're very creative or you're crafty. Any of those types of terms can be really great information and help you dial into your personal style and unique style. So I want you to just take some time, write down some of those words, and I want you to think about those characteristics or traits that are really true to who you are on a consistent basis. Because, you know, maybe you are a risk taker, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're, you know, gonna wear avant-garde, right? Really, you know, wild or glam or outwardly expressive clothing. It could just be that you like to take risks. In fact, it could mean that your style is more sporty than it is avant-garde. So it's real important to get as descriptive as you can about the personality traits and where they come from, where they derive from, so that we can really get closer to your style and your personality point of view and how they link together. Now, once you've identified your personality traits and kind of the style aesthetics and style pillars that align to those personality traits, then I would definitely recommend creating a mood board, right? So I'm gonna put a mood board over here so you can get an example of what a mood board looks like. And this can be a lot of different things. It doesn't have to always be Pinterest outfits. It can just be fabric, it can be shapes, it can be materials. For me, my signature style is urban chic sass. So for me, I like spikes on things. So it may not be a picture of someone wearing spikes, but on my mood board, I may have a visual of spikes because I like that streetwear type of flair. Just keep in mind that your mood board is meant to give you inspiration, to draw you closer to your personality as well as your style point of view. Number two, I want you to focus on your style inspiration. We all have it. You know, I'm gonna have a challenge coming up very soon, and I'll be putting the information for that down in the description box. And a lot of times I do this exercise in the challenge, and it is to share your slay crush. You know, someone who, when you see them, you totally vibe off of how they dress, how they present themselves, how they put styles and colors together, like that you get your whole life when they come on the scene. And it may be a celebrity, it may be a public figure, or it may be someone that you go to church with or that you grew up with your whole life. I'm not sure, but I know that everyone has someone who's style inspiration for them. So I want you to think about who your, I call slay crush is. And I'll tell you a couple of mine just to give you an example. Remember when Scandal was out? Oh gosh, I forget her name. I'm sure I'll think about it once I put this video up. Oh, Olivia Pope. Olivia Pope from Scandal. I loved her style aesthetic. I mean, whoever styled her really could have styled me and can still. Where y'all at? But anyway, love her style point of view in Scandal. It was like creme de la creme, 20 out of 10 for me. And then my other one is Mary J. Blige, because I am that street girl, right, from the south side of Chicago. Whoop, whoop, yep. And I love that streetwear flair, that little touch of gangsta and glam, right, that she always brings to the forefront, and I do as well. So she was one of my slay crushes also. And I also love Angela Bassett. It's just something about the sophistication about how she shows up, how she's willing to take risks, show a little skin, but always keep it cute and classy, okay? So those were my 3 slay crushes. So when you start identifying with some style inspiration and slay crushes, that gets you closer to helping you identify what your signature style is. And then you start to glean into the words that actually will help you describe it. And that's how I honestly got to urban chic sass for myself. Now let's go to step 3. For step 3, you're going to assess your lifestyle hunting. Yes, because let's face it, it doesn't make sense to have a whole bunch of really amazing things and pieces in your wardrobe that may fit your style point of view or aesthetic, but you ain't got nowhere to wear that stuff to, child, okay? Yeah, that's a total waste of money, energy, and it's really frustrating, to be honest. So you do have to take inventory of your lifestyle, figure out exactly what you need to be showing up for on a regular basis, and making sure that you're choosing articles of clothing that still fit your style aesthetic, but also fit where you're going to be, the spaces and places that you'll be occupying. And what I mean by that is, I'll give you an example. My lifestyle changed when I transitioned from corporate America to being an entrepreneur. And when I started, I was working from home for the most part and doing my work virtually. And, you know, I didn't wear a lot of skirts when I was in corporate America, but I definitely didn't wear any skirts once I became a virtual stylist. So there came a time in one of my closet cleanse processes where I was like, you know what? These skirts gotta go. Like, what do I have these skirts for? I don't really like skirts like that. And now I'm starting to, because they're trending a little bit more, but I don't really like skirts that much. I prefer a pant, a jean, or a dress. That's just me, right? So come to terms with your lifestyle, you know, excavate those things that do no longer serve you well, and it will free up space for the things that do serve you. The 4th practical step to helping you identify your unique style is to identify trademark details. Now, this is important. Lean in on this, okay? Take a whole swig of your tea on this one. If you think about a lot of style icons out, you know, in social media, in entertainment, you name it, you will have those that you can always count on having some sort of trademark look or piece, right? That really draws us in and we're like, yep, we knew that was coming, but we like the way you did it this time, right? And this is male and female. So you have some stars who will wear all black or wear all white. I'm gonna show you some over in here. Some of the celebrities or public figures that we know that really have very defined trademark looks, they are so good at becoming a style icon because they do it in a consistent way, and people come to expect that from them. So For me, for example, you're always going to catch me with some sort of edgy piece. I'm always going to bring an edgy piece. It's usually going to be either earrings or shoes. That's just kind of my thing. And every now and then, sis, I will pop a hat on. Yes, I will. The other thing that you can definitely know that you're going to get from me are my nails are going to be on point. My lashes going to be given all the things, right? So those are just some of the trademark details that I have integrated into my signature style so that people know what to expect from me, and they're checking for you, right? They're going to be checking for you when you come into their space. So that is one thing that I would definitely encourage you to do so that it's something that's unique to you and distinctive to your style point of view. And for practical purposes, trademark details could be anything like scarves, funky frames, hats, or even brooches. A lot of people find these little bit of details that they bring to the essence of their outfits just to bring that little extra pop of personality and flair. So get creative. Figure out what your trademark look or trademark details will be. And last but certainly not least, number 5, hunty. Okay, let me just take a swig. Hold on. By the way, that says world changer. Yes, that's me, hunty. All right, I had to take a whole swig because this is very, very important. Treat your closet like precious real estate, okay? Why am I talking about your closet right now when we just supposed to be talking about your unique signature style? Well, listen, if your closet is filled with things that do not fit your signature style, then guess what? You're going to get very, very frustrated very, very fast, okay? So let's talk about treating your closet like precious real estate. In your wardrobe, you only have so much spaces. Now, I already know you have stuff in so many different places, you know, maybe you don't even know you have stuff. File cabinets, under the kitchen counter, bathroom drawers, like craziness. I already know all the crazy, right? Because I have been doing this business long enough to know where all the skeletons are kept, right? Here's the thing, you really only have so much space in your wardrobe. And you need to treat your closet like precious real estate, which means that if there are things in there that are not serving you, then they need to be released, period, point blank, the end. And that's what I mean by coming back to designing your signature style. Designing your signature style helps you with filtering what needs to stay and what needs to go. It's your very first filter, to be quite honest, because you should not be keeping anything in your wardrobe that you don't love. You should love, and I mean love, and I want to almost say it with an F. You should love everything in your closet. If you don't, then it's not worth being there, because there's precious real estate that needs to be reserved only for the things that you love. That is how we are always in these mass construction sites in our closets, because we keep holding on to things for God knows what reason, okay? I don't, you know, we all have our reasoning, but it just, you know, it doesn't stand up to logic at the end of the day. And one of the logics is, does it speak to my signature style? So once you have your signature style, like mine, urban chic sass, I can go in the closet and be like, okay, this not doing it, hunty, right? This ain't doing it. It maybe my urban chic sass in 2019, but not my urban chic sass in 2024, okay? So it's a great filter for you for keeping your closet and honoring your closet as precious real estate. Now, I'm going to share with you a couple of bonuses. But before I share with you the 2 bonuses that I have in mind, I want you to see how I work with my clients on helping them zone in on their signature style. And again, I call this their slay statement. you'll see here that I help them identify their signature style and slay statement by interviewing them, talking about their preferences, their personality, their lifestyle, all the things that I just shared with you, and we come up with their signature style. It's a 3-word mantra, and there is a little bit of science to why it's 3. It's never 4 and it's never 2, it's always 3. Now, once we have identified those 3 words that just kill it in terms of defining their signature style and create their slay statement, then we break them down. We break them down one by one and talk about what does it look like to show up in that way in each one of these style pillars and perspectives. When we're done with that, and here's your bonus, we also talk about understanding your body shape, because once you know what your signature style is, that's great and that's a great foundation. However, the next natural step is when you find things or you search out things that you love that make your style soul sing, you want to make sure that it's going to be flattering. So the next thing I would definitely say is get in tune with your body shape. Understand your proportions. Proportions is what I like to say, because nobody is a bad body. Everybody is beautiful. We just need to know how we're set up. So we need to understand how we're proportioned. Do we carry more of our width and our weight up top, at the bottom, in the middle, all over? What we got going on? Because all we need to do is figure out the tips and the tricks from there as to how to trick the eye to see balance. So you can't trick the eye to see balance. You don't know what to look for or what not to look for unless you identify what your body shape is. So I would highly recommend that if you want to DIY this process, that you definitely hone in on taking your measurements and figuring out what your body shape is. The last little bonus that I have for you is all around discovering your color palette. Now, this is something that I actually will share with you that really freed one of my clients. She's actually a first lady, and her husband love to coordinate, okay? They love to coordinate for different, church events, church activities, and all of that, and even service. And he has a certain style aesthetic, and he likes to wear a lot of different types of colors and patterns and all of that good stuff. And she would always get so frustrated and be like, why is this not working for me? Like, she would, there would be times where she would just not be fully confident in what she was wearing. And come to find out, when I did her color palette for her, then we found out that, it was because some of those colors that they were coordinating together were just not the most flattering colors for her, nor did they give her the type of energy and confidence that she needed. So I would definitely encourage you to look more into color theory and what are your most complementary colors, and help you dial more into your trademark look and your signature style. Woo, that was a lot of tea to sip today, ladies. Listen, I thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to hear which of the 5 practical tips for defining and designing your signature style you're going to use and find results with. Please, please, please check in with me in the comments and let me know how you're doing. Also, let me know what else you want to know and hear about. I have a big list of things that I'm going to continue to bring to you, but I love your ideas. They're amazing. You've been commenting and the comments been commenting, okay, Hutzy? And I love it. I love it. I love it. The last thing I want to say before we depart here is I have this amazing challenge coming up on October 7th. It's October 7th through the 10th, and you're going to see a video with me and one of my style slay sisters, Miss Angela Angela Michelle talk all about it and give you all the deets. But I do want to let you know that in the description there is a link for you to register. It's totally free, except if you're a little bougie like me and would like to have some extra time with me in Q&A sessions every day of the challenge. It's only 4 days. It's super fun. It doesn't take a lot of time out of your day to do it because I designed it for the busy professional and seasoned mature woman. And I hope to see you because we're going to be doing exactly what we just did today and even more. We're going to dig deeper into how to create a functional wardrobe and how to have versatile pieces in your wardrobe to put together killer outfits for any occasion. It's called the Level Up Look Challenge. It's October 7th through the 10th, and I hope to see you there. In the meantime, please like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Until next time, sis, you know what's good. Slay all day. Mwah. My three slay crushes. Now, number 4 is number 4. The fourth practice, you will have those woo, that was a lot of tips.